Iran launched 2,000 drones in a single wave. Russia, the most experienced drone warfare nation on Earth, never managed more than a few hundred in its entire war against Ukraine. Yet within 72 hours of Operation Epic Fury beginning, Iran's drone launch rate had collapsed by more than 75%. Iranian commanders could not communicate with their own forces. Missile salvos that were supposed to hit American bases in waves of 25 to 50 simultaneously were arriving in trickles of 2 and 3. Iranian radar systems went dark. Targeting data that Iran had spent years collecting became worthless overnight. And at the center of all of it, invisible, instantaneous, and operating at a speed no human brain can match, was artificial intelligence. America deployed AI in combat in Iran in ways the world has never seen before. And a drone expert just explained exactly how it worked, why it was decisive, and what it means for the future of every war America might ever fight. Here is the full story. Let's start with the most extraordinary and controversial revelation about Operation Epic Fury that has barely been discussed in mainstream coverage. The United States military deployed AI language model systems, including Anthropic's large language model Claude, to support intelligence analysis, target identification, and operational simulations during the Iran strikes. According to reports in the Wall Street Journal and confirmed by multiple defense analysts, U.S. Central Command utilized advanced AI models in conjunction with conventional assets, including Tomahawk missiles, stealth aircraft, and AI-driven drone swarms to process vast quantities of battlefield and sensor data in real time. Think about what that means in practice. In any conventional military operation, the intelligence cycle, collecting raw sensor data, analyzing it, identifying targets, verifying them, assigning weapons, and executing strikes, takes hours or days and involves dozens of human analysts working in shifts. AI compressed that entire cycle into minutes. Satellite imagery of Iranian military installations, electronic signals intercepted by U.S. cyber systems, communications data captured from IRGC command networks, movement patterns of Iranian commanders, all of it fed simultaneously into AI systems that could identify patterns, prioritize targets, flag time-sensitive opportunities, and present recommendations to human commanders faster than any human team could process the raw data alone. The result was a targeting operation of a speed and precision that Iran's defenses, built around the assumption of human intelligence processing speeds, could not adapt to in time. The political dimension of this story is extraordinary in its own right. The Trump administration banned Anthropic's technology and labeled it a security risk on the very same day that CENTCOM was actively using it in combat operations against Iran. The Pentagon had simultaneously designated Anthropic a supply chain risk and pivoted toward OpenAI for classified network AI deployment. And yet, the operational reality on the ground overrode the political decision in Washington because the military simply could not fight at the speed this operation required without AI assistance. The technology had become so deeply integrated into combat systems that removing it was not operationally possible once the bombs were already falling. Here is where drone expert Samuel Bendit, an advisor at CNA and one of the world's leading experts in robotic and autonomous military systems, delivered an assessment to Defense Scoop that puts the entire conflict into perspective. Bendit confirmed that Iran's drone attacks during the opening days of Operation Epic Fury were dramatically larger than anything Russia had ever managed in Ukraine. Russia's largest single Shahed drone strike against Ukraine, after years of warfare and stockpiling, was a one-day attack involving no more than several hundred drones. Iran launched approximately 2,000 drones in a single wave in the opening hours of Operation True Promise 4, its retaliatory campaign against American and Israeli targets. That is not comparable to Russia. That is a completely different order of magnitude. But here is the critical question those numbers raise. Iran launched 2,000 drones, yet within 3 days, Iran's drone launch rate had dropped by 75%, and its missile attack capability had been reduced by the same margin. How? The answer is the systematic AI-guided destruction of Iran's drone and missile infrastructure, not just the weapons themselves, but the entire ecosystem required to produce, fuel, arm, transport, and launch them. CENTCOM's Task Force Scorpion Strike, deploying one-way attack drones in combat for the first time in American military history, used AI-guided targeting to identify and destroy Iran's drone production facilities, launch sites, fuel storage, transport networks, and command and control nodes faster than Iran could relocate or protect them. The AI systems were not just finding targets, they were identifying the supply chain nodes that, if destroyed, would degrade Iran's ability to keep launching and prioritizing those nodes over individual weapons. Destroy a drone on the launch pad and you eliminate one threat. Destroy the factory that makes the drones and you eliminate thousands of future threats. That is the difference between tactical success and strategic degradation, and AI made the distinction and acted on it at a speed and scale that human analysts could not have achieved. Here is the detail that drone experts are calling one of the most strategically significant developments of the entire conflict. The United States deployed in combat for the first time a drone called Lucas, the low-cost unmanned combat attack system, a $35,000 one-way attack drone that is a direct reverse-engineered clone of Iran's own Shahed 136 kamikaze drone. Built by Arizona-based Spectre Works, Lucas is essentially America's version of the exact weapon Iran has been using against Ukraine and against American interests for years, designed, built, and deployed in enormous numbers at a cost that breaks the economic logic of traditional American military spending. CENTCOM's own social media post announced the debut with pointed satisfaction. Task Force Scorpion Strike is using low-cost drones modeled after Iran's Shahed drones, now delivering American retribution. Iran spent years developing, refining, and proliferating the Shahed drone as its asymmetric answer to American military dominance. America studied it, copied it, improved it, and fired it right back at the country that invented it. The economic logic behind this decision is as important as the military logic. Defense analyst Anna Miscali explained the mathematical crisis that forced this shift. For years, American military doctrine assumed superior technology could defeat superior numbers, but the Iran conflict has exposed a devastating economic vulnerability. A single Iranian Shahed drone costs $30,000. A PAC-3 Patriot missile costs $4 million. When Iran fires a $30,000 drone at an American base and America shoots it down with a $4 million missile, America has just lost $3.97 million of military spending on a drone intercept. When Iran fires 2,000 drones simultaneously, America faces a missile inventory crisis that no defense budget can sustain indefinitely. The Lucas drone, at $35,000 per unit, shifts that economic equation dramatically. Attack with cheap drones, defend with directed energy and cheap interceptors, and force Iran to burn through its own expensive air defense missiles, shooting down American kamikaze drones at a cost ratio that favors America for the first time. Here is the layer of this operation that most Americans have not fully heard described. Drone expert Jonathan Chell told Fox News that the reason Iran's defenses were so quickly overwhelmed was not just the physical scale of the strikes. It was that Iran's defense communications and radar systems were comprehensively compromised before the first physical bomb ever dropped. Chell said, "I think likely the defense systems and communication systems were overwhelmingly compromised. I'm sure there would have been days, if not weeks, of work and preparation to take out those defense communication systems." Flashpoint cybersecurity firm's analysis of the conflict confirmed this directly. Cyber activity in this conflict is not ancillary, it is being used as a synchronized force multiplier. U.S. Cyber Command and U.S. Space Command initiated non-kinetic operations to disable Iran's communications infrastructure simultaneously with the first physical strikes. A Farsi-language number station appeared on shortwave radio frequencies, believed to be transmitting coded instructions. Iranian radar stations went dark before Iranian commanders understood what was happening. Iranian command centers lost the ability to communicate with their own missile batteries at the moment those batteries needed to respond to incoming American aircraft. The physical destruction that followed was made possible by a cyber and electronic warfare campaign that had already blinded and deafened Iran's military nervous system. Here is the honest assessment that every American deserves alongside the victories. Despite the catastrophic degradation of Iran's drone and missile capability, Iran achieved something deeply alarming in those same opening days. A single Shahed drone, costing $30,000, successfully struck an AN/TPS-59 radar site valued at $300 million. That is a 10,000 times return on investment for a single successful strike. American air defenses intercepted more than 90% of Iranian drones and missiles in the opening 72 hours over Bahrain and the UAE, but a 90% success rate against 2,000 simultaneous projectiles still means 200 get through, and 200 successful strikes out of 2,000 launches is enough to destroy $1.9 billion of American military equipment, as the satellite damage assessment confirmed. The fundamental asymmetry that Iran engineered over decades, expensive American systems defending against cheap Iranian weapons, has not been fully solved by AI or by Lucas drones. It has been significantly mitigated, but the mathematics of mass versus precision still favor the attacker when the attacker has no concern for cost, and the defender must protect fixed, expensive, irreplaceable infrastructure. Here is the bottom line that every American needs to hear clearly. Operation Epic Fury is the first large-scale demonstration in history of AI-integrated warfare against a sophisticated adversary. The results, a 75% reduction in Iranian attack capability in 72 hours, comprehensive destruction of drone and missile infrastructure, leadership decapitation with extraordinary precision, and full air superiority established over a country of 90 million people in under 4 days, represent a level of military effectiveness that no previous American operation has achieved at this speed. But the same technology being used by America to dominate Iran is being studied in microscopic detail by China and Russia right now. Every AI targeting decision, every drone swarm tactic, every cyber and electronic warfare technique deployed in this conflict is being fed into Chinese and Russian military AI systems as training data for the next war. America's AI edge is real and decisive today. Whether it remains decisive tomorrow depends entirely on how fast China can close the gap, and China has made AI military supremacy its single highest national priority. America's AI crushed Iran's intelligence network, drone capability, and military communications in the fastest and most comprehensive degradation of an adversary's military capacity in modern history. The combination of AI-guided targeting, Lucas reverse-engineered drones, preemptive cyber warfare, and real-time intelligence processing at machine speed produced results that no previous American military operation achieved on this timeline. Iran launched 2,000 drones. 3 days later, its launch rate had fallen by 75%. That is what AI-first warfare looks like when it works. But the war is not over. The drones still getting through are still destroying American equipment. Iran still has missiles. Iran still has asymmetric capabilities that no technology fully neutralizes. And the most important audience watching this AI demonstration is not in Tehran. It is in Beijing. Every American needs to understand what their military just demonstrated and what it means for the conflicts that may come next.